Hey Emmerdale family, grab a cuppa, sit down, and take a deep breath because we need to talk. Seriously, we need to debrief right now because the Dales are currently serving up a level of drama that has my jaw on the floor and my heart absolutely aching for our favorite farmer. If you've been watching lately, you know things have been intense, but nothing, and I mean nothing, could have prepared us for the absolute snake in the grass that is Celia Daniels. We all had a bad feeling, didn't we? That little voice in the back of our heads whispering that something about this new business partner was off. Well, folks, it turns out our instincts were spot on. But the scale of this betrayal? The sheer audacity of what's been happening right under Moira Dingle's nose? It is the definition of unseen, and it is going to leave you reeling. Let's dive deep into the mess that is Moira and Celia, because this betrayal changes everything. The friendship we wanted to believe in. Let's rewind for a second. Poor Moira, can we just give her a collective hug? The woman has been through the wars recently. Between the brain tumor diagnosis, the surgery, the recovery, and the never-ending drama that comes with being a dingle, she just wanted a win. She wanted stability. Enters Celia Daniels. On the surface, Celia seemed like the answer to a prayer. A fellow farmer, a strong woman, someone who got the business. When they decided to team up for this turkey farming venture, it felt like Moira finally had a lifeline. It was supposed to be a partnership of equals. A girl power moment where two savvy businesswomen took on the market together. We wanted to like Celia. We wanted to believe that for once, someone wasn't out to get the Dingles. But oh how wrong we were. The writers have done a brilliant job of slowly peeling back the layers, and what's underneath isn't just rotten, it's dangerous. The mask slips, the betrayal revealed. Here is where it gets heartbreaking. This isn't just a bad business deal. This is calculated, cold-blooded identity theft and fraud targeting a woman who is still recovering from a major health crisis. The unseen betrayal? It's in the paperwork. While Moira has been busy trying to keep her head above water, trusting that Celia was handling the admin side of their joint contracts, Celia has been busy. Being Celia. We're talking about forged signatures. We're talking about invoices for huge amounts of stock that Moira never approved. Moira's curiosity, that classic dingle gut instinct, finally kicked in recently. She started digging, and what she found wasn't just a mistake, it was a smoking gun. Celia hasn't just been cutting corners. She's been using Moira's good name and credit to fund her own shady operations. She's been forging Moira's signature on fraudulent invoices, effectively framing Moira for crimes she didn't commit. Imagine the sinking feeling in your stomach finding that out. You trust someone, you let them into your livelihood, and they use that access to potentially send you to prison. It's sickening. The confrontation. A slap heard round the village. Now, we all know Moira Dingle is not a doormat. She is a lioness. When she finds out she's been played, she doesn't hide in a corner, she roars. The confrontation scenes we are seeing unfold are some of the best acting Natalie J. Robb has delivered in years. You can feel the heat coming off the screen. Moira confronts Celia with the evidence, expecting, what? An apology? A breakdown? Nope. And this is why Celia is such a terrifying villain. When caught red-handed, Celia doesn't panic. She gaslights. She twists the narrative. She plays the victim so smoothly it's almost impressive if it weren't so infuriating. She manages to use Moira's justified anger, her shouting, her passion, to make Moira look like the unhinged one. And then the moment that had us all cheering, and then immediately worrying, the slap. Moira loses it. She slaps Celia, and honestly, she deserved it. But here is the twisted genius of the betrayal. Celia is counting on that reaction. She knows that a physical lash-out from Moira puts Moira in the wrong legally. Suddenly, the victim is the one afraid of the police. Moira is left standing there, trembling with rage, terrified that she might be the one facing consequences while the actual criminal walks away with a smirk. It is psychological warfare at its finest. Why this hurts so much? This storyline hits different because of the timing. If this were 10 years ago, Moira would have handled Celia before breakfast. But this is a vulnerable Moira. This is a Moira who is trying to rebuild her life. Celia preyed on that vulnerability. She saw a woman recovering from illness, a woman needing support, and she thought, I can use her. That is a special kind of evil. It's not just about the money or the turkeys. It's about the violation of trust. It's about making Moira question her own judgment again. After everything with Kane, after the health scares, for her to let someone in only to be bitten. It's devastating. And let's not forget the wider context. Celia isn't just a fraudster. We know about the modern slavery, the exploitation of workers, the dark hold she has over her son Ray Walters. Moira has stumbled into a web much bigger and stickier than she realizes. She thinks she's fighting a dodgy business partner. She doesn't realize she's fighting a crime boss who has no moral bottom line. The Ray factor. We have to talk about Ray Walters in all this. He's the wild card. He's caught between his loyalty, or fear, of his mother Celia and his growing conscience. We've seen the cracks showing. We know he's conflicted. With Moira now on the warpath, surely Ray is the key. If Moira can get through to him, maybe, just maybe, they can bring Celia down together. But if Ray stays loyal to Celia, Moira is outnumbered and outmaneuvered. The tension is unbearable. Will Ray step up, or will he let Moira take the fall for Celia's crimes? What happens next? This is the big question. Moira is now in a precarious position. She knows the truth, but she has assaulted Celia, giving the villain leverage. Will Moira go to the police? If she does, she risks exposing the forged signatures but also admitting to the assault. It's a gamble. Will Kane get involved? Oh, you know he will. And honestly, I am terrified for Celia when he does. Kane Dingle is a lot of things, but he is protective. If he finds out this woman is trying to frame his wife and ruin their livelihood, the garage mechanics might need to be put on hold because Kane will be on a warpath. But violence is exactly what Celia wants. It plays into her narrative that the Dingles are thugs. The downfall, we know Moira vowed to bring Celia down. But how? She needs to be smarter, not louder. She needs to outmanipulate the manipulator. Final thoughts. This storyline is Emmerdale at its best. Grounded, gritty, emotional, but with high stakes. It reminds us why Moira is the matriarch of the show. She falls, she gets hurt, she gets betrayed, but she always gets back up. We are rooting for you, Moira. We want to see Celia's cool facade crack. We want to see the village rally. We want justice. But for now we have to watch through our fingers as the trap snaps shut. It's frustrating, it's emotional, and it is absolutely unmissable television. Tell me what you think. Do you think Ray will finally betray Celia to help Moira? Or is Moira going to have to fight this battle alone? And seriously, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much did you cheer when Moira finally slapped her? Let me know in the comments. Let's support our girl Moira through this mess.